Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, November 21st, and I'm Brian Boudreau. This week on Norwood News, the annual wellness fair was held at NHS. We get a special town meeting recap, and there are plenty of opportunities to give this holiday season. All this and more coming up on this week's Norwood News. Last week, Norwood convened its special town meeting over 2 days last Thursday and the following Monday to tackle a series of important community issues. Presided over by town moderator Jerry Slater, the meetings covered 9 articles ranging from real estate acquisitions to capital improvement projects. Slater recaps the meetings.
I have from Mr. McFarland a second. This is not debatable. It does take a 2/3 vote. So we had a very lively town meeting, 2 nights. We did make it through 8 articles the first night. Probably the biggest debate occurred over the land use articles, which were the purchase of the Kofsky Farm, as well as the purchase of the adjoining property over on Neponset Street. We also had a first the first night, which was the first time we ever did a consent agenda, which was interesting and certainly something that we're going to look at whether we can adjust, because it does take a lot of time to do that. Night 2 was very much totally devoted to the capital plans. And that turned out to be a very healthy discussion by town meeting with multiple amendments, especially to the first motion in the article, which was 11 items that were going to be funded by free cash. So lots of questions on a new ladder truck, some questions on various items in that. All in all, very, very pleased with the way things went. We, as we often do, we had a quorum early on the first night. We had to wait a few minutes on the second night. We'll see what we can do about getting people to come when we keep going. And a lot of participation by town meeting members, which really makes a difference. So all in all, everything, we went through 9 articles. Everything was approved. And we're on to the next one, which will likely be a winter land use town meeting.
Kiki and Ron stopped by the Maha Juice Bar this week to taste their new healthy smoothies launching this December. They're the ultimate treat, looking for those to sip smarter and healthier. Let's take a look at this episode of Sweet Treats with Keeks.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Treats with Keeks. Kiki here, and I'm down at the Maha Juice Bar getting ready to sample some brand new smoothies. So let's take a look. Hey guys, so Marcy just made us these beautiful brand new smoothies down here at the Maha Juice Bar. As you can see, they are such beautiful colors. I love the sky blue. Really looking forward to this pink one here. But Marcy, can you tell us a little bit about these smoothies? What is the importance behind them?
Yes. Well, thank you for being here and featuring
us. Happy to be
back. Yeah. So these smoothies actually was inspired by all the GLP-1 users to lose weight. And what's happening is the people that are doing diets or even going to the gym, they need more protein. Mm-hmm. So I was in a conference, a wellness conference a couple weeks ago, and these flavors came to me to help the customers who are on a diet or are focused on muscle building. Yep. So I created these smoothies with high protein, high fiber, and deliciousness.
Awesome.
Everything that goes into the smoothies has a purpose for your body. All the fruits,
I love that.
all the ingredients were really chosen not just to be beautiful, but to heal and help you become healthier. So I'll start with the pink one because it's the most appealing color and it's the glow getter. So this one is amazing for skin, for the glow, because there's collagen, there's coconut, there's mango, there's pitaya, which has a lot of fiber. We put a little bit of agave just to make it a little sweeter. And then we have the cocoa whip around the cup. And that's pretty much it. So no ice, nothing. You get the full-on benefits of each and every ingredient.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
then the Maha Sky, which is delicious and amazing for you as well. It has hemp seeds, it has bananas for potassium, it has pineapple for that tropical flavor. It has blue spirulina, which has extra collagen. It's also good for the skin and for the hair and the nails and all that. And with coconut milk as well. This one, I decided to call it Green Monster because there's so much that goes into this. This is like the bodybuilder's dream.
Right.
There's peach, there's mango, there's whey, there's dates, there's spinach, there's green spirulina, there's flax seeds for the fiber, and there's coconut milk.
Wow.
So it's like everything but the kitchen sink into this
For
one.
real, that's it.
Yep.
Wow, these look great.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to try them.
So before I try these beautiful smoothies, I'm going to have a very special guest, a friend of mine and part-time producer at NCM, Ron Marshalsea.
And Juice Bar aficionado. Thank you very much.
That is true.
Thank
He
you
does
very
come
much.
here often. Okay, so what are you going to try that first?
I gotta try this.
All right.
So this one here.
So that's the
Put this
green
in here.
monster. We got the glow getter, and then we got the Maha Sky here. So we didn't cheers.
That's not as bad as I thought it would be. That's not as bad as I thought at all. That's fantastic, actually. I can't imagine what those taste like if this
Ooh.
doesn't taste that bad.
I love this one. It's
You
very
cannot
light, but
taste the spinach.
you can't. Okay, hold on. I gotta take another sip of this bad
Not
layer.
the slightest. We should probably get new straws.
Ooh, I really like this one. It's very light, but it's thick too, and it feels like it's really filling. Like it's a perfect start to the day. I really actually enjoy that one a
If you want
lot.
to start to the day,
That
gotta
one.
have the pink.
And now I'm gonna move on to the Glow Getter, another fire name. Cheers, Ronnie.
I'm flying away. Flying away to the sky. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I like this one because it's a little bit more sweeter than this.
You think that's more sweet than that? Mm-hmm. I would say this is more sweet.
Ooh, I like this though. It's very fruity, very delicious. I love the consistency in that for sure. You haven't tried that, have you?
I did, yeah.
Okay, moving on. So now we have the Green Monster. This is another very clever name. And I'm a little nervous about this because it's got spinach in it, but I think I should be fine. Grow up. That's an interesting flavor.
You can't taste the spinach, can you?
No, you cannot. That right there tastes like nutrition in a cup, even though all of them feel that way, but I do taste that light spinach, I think.
Okay.
But it's a good thing. It's not like overbearing.
It's solid after like a workout.
100%.
Walking around the track.
But all of these are just, I think, perfect for anyone who's really looking for a good, like, healthy smoothie. Come down to Maha and give it a try.
I feel like I am going to run a mile after each of these. I feel
Yeah,
like
right?
I'm
It's giving me energy. It's filling me
ready
up
to
too,
go.
which is excellent. Like, what's your favorite, I would say?
My favorite, I got to give it to the Sky. I've sipped the most so far.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again.
I do really like the blue one, and I can't pick a favorite. All of them are excellent.
So
So
good.
make sure you come down to Maha in December. They're going to launch these brand new smoothies, so be sure to come down and give it a try yourself.
I will, for sure.
Thanks for watching.
In anticipation of the upcoming holiday season, Norfolk County Registry of Deeds has started its annual food drive to assist families impacted by increasing household expenses. Here's Kiki Thaxter with more details.
With the holiday season approaching, the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds is launching its annual food drive to help families struggling with the rising cost of basic necessities, running now through Thursday, December 18th. Register of Deeds William P. O'Donnell says food insecurity is growing across the county, noting that 37% of Massachusetts households are now considered food insecure. Local food pantries are also reporting increased need, especially among families with children. Organizers are asking for non-perishable food items such as canned tuna, vegetables, fruits, soups, pasta, sauces, peanut butter, and cooking oils. They're also collecting essential non-food items including diapers, unscented baby wipes, toothpaste, bar soap, shampoo, body wash, pads, and tampons. All items must have current expiration dates. Residents are encouraged to take part and help fight hunger in the community this holiday season. You can drop off donations at the registry's main lobby at 649 High Street in Dedham, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. For those unable to donate in person, residents can find nearby food pantries through the registry's website at norfolkdeeds.org. O'Donnell says the food drive is an important opportunity to come together as a community and help ensure no one goes hungry this holiday season.
At this time, I'd like to announce the 2025 Norwood High Hall of Fame inductees. First, from the class of 1971, Joe Pacello. Joe was the captain of both the basketball and baseball team. A multi-time Bay State League All-Star, he led the basketball team to a big win over Don Bosco at the Garden. Playing for legendary baseball coach Pete Wall, Joe had a batting average over 400. Next, Frank Civitone, class of 1973. One of Norwood's greatest wrestlers, a legendary weightlifter and humanitarian, Frank won every match his senior year by pin, many times in the first 30 seconds. From the class of 1978, Scott Fisk, Boston Globe, Boston Herald, Patriot Ledger, all-scholastic hockey goalie. In Scott's senior year, the team went 16-0-1. He had a 1.88 goals against average. Scott went on to play hockey at Providence College. Jason Nutting, class of 1994, a two-sport athlete in football and baseball, a multi-time Bay State League All-Star. He led the league his junior year and batted over .525 his senior year. A Boston Globe and Herald All-Scholastic player, he is also a member of the Globe Super Team. Next, Jack Dixon, class of 2001. Jack excelled in both football and basketball, a two-way player on the 2001 Super Bowl team. On the basketball court, Jack was a 1,000-point scorer and helped lead the team to the state semifinals at the Boston Garden. Casey Smith, class of 2015, will be inducted on her first year of eligibility. A three-sport athlete in field hockey, ice hockey, and lacrosse, she was a force on every team. In field hockey and ice hockey, she was a Bay State League and Globe All-Scholastic. She set many high school records here for Norwood in both hockey and field hockey. Our final recognition is our Blue and Gold Award. This award goes to someone who has made a significant impact to the community volunteering. This year's award goes to Rick Morrison. For the past 40 years, he's been the guy coordinating field use, lining fields every week. I had the good fortune to work with Rick as the athletic director during my time here at Norwood High School and during the construction of the high school. Rick would stay in constant communication to work with the school program and the youth program. Rick truly represents volunteerism and so worthy of the Blue and Gold Award. I want to remind people Norwood High Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony will take place on Saturday, November 29th. Congratulations to all our inductees. Go Mustangs!
Today we are at our annual Thanksgiving luncheon. We have 175 folks joining us today for a luncheon, and then we're going to have entertainment by the Steve Rudolph Trio. And we have the Education Co-op, Andrew and his team, cooking our meal for us. Traditional turkey dinner with some great butternut squash soup. Well, it's important for everybody to get together, have a meal. Some people don't really have a large group for Thanksgiving, so it's nice that they can be with their friends, enjoy a great meal, and have an afternoon of entertainment.
Well, I think it's important because one thing is this is a community center that serves the public, our seniors, 5 days a week, 52 times a week. And here's an opportunity at this time of the year, given the holidays, to express thanks and to not only just for all things we got to be thankful for, but just to be able to celebrate with this community on this particular day in advance of Thanksgiving. It's just a great event.
The second annual Wellness Fair was held Saturday in the high school gym. Hosted by Impact Norwood and the School Health Council, this free, family-friendly event featured over 50 local businesses and organizations, live demonstrations, free raffles, and activities for all ages.
Well, the Wellness Fair kind of came about because, in Norwood, we're lucky that we have so many businesses, organizations, town departments that do focus on a variety of aspects of wellness, whether it's physical, emotional, even in the digital realm, creative realm. We really want to give the residents of Norwood an opportunity to see what's out there, see what's available. I think most of us are very busy nowadays, and know that wellness is important, know that we need to take care of ourselves, our mind, our body, our spirit, but don't always know how to do that or where those connections can be made. So again, just the opportunity for people to come out, kind of see the different organizations, businesses in town and what they have to offer. And this is put together by the School Health Council, which is a number of members of the schools. Ryan Quigley is the chair of it. We also have a lot of members from Impact Norwood that are involved in it. And then there's been a whole bunch of just volunteers, parent volunteers that really stepped up to make this happen. Obviously, Norwood High School, the custodial staff here has been awesome helping us put this together. NCM being here has been really helpful too. So it's barely been a community effort. I hope people take away from the fair today that, number one, we are lucky to have so many different resources right here in town. Again, whether it's businesses offering things like martial arts or it's organizations, doing good work around positive childhood experiences or offering teens a space to kind of just play safely and just be kids. And I think the other thing is just seeing that wellness isn't just taking care of your physical body, which obviously is very important, but it's taking care of your brain, it's taking care of your spirit, it's taking care of your community, taking care of your loved ones. That all is wellness. So I'm hoping people take that away as well.
The Norwood Police Department is continuing its annual tradition of collecting toys for the Toys for Tots program. The Toys for Tots program has traditionally been one of the most nationally recognized nonprofit programs in the United States. Donations can be made anytime, day or night, in the lobby of the Public Safety Building. If you have any questions regarding donations, please ask for Detective Lopes when calling or visiting. Now we're going to send it over to Sophia Berardinelli for the latest in school news.
I'm Sophia Berardinelli, and let's check out what's happening in our Norwood schools. Everyone in the school system knows Norwood firefighter Paul Ronco. He has been teaching fire safety in the schools and will be retiring later this year. The Prescott schools surprised him with a special celebration. Prescott parent and local firefighter Rob Green helped organize an assembly to say thank you. The calf was decorated with signs, and firefighter Green opened with some remarks.
In all of firefighter Paul's adult life, he has given back to the Norwood community, right? And he's always put the community before himself. So we're here to thank him today. Firefighter Paul has served as a Norwood firefighter for over 30 years. And 12 of those years, he's been coming to schools, traveling to Norwood schools like the Prescott School, and talking to kids about fire safety, right? So I don't know a student in Norwood that doesn't know who firefighter Paul is. So we wanted to make sure we thanked him today for that, right? If you think about it, there are seniors graduating high school this year that were taught fire safety by firefighter Paul when they were in kindergarten.
Prescott students also stepped up to the mic to reflect on fire safety with firefighter Paul.
Hi everyone, my name is Evie and I want to say thank you to firefighter Paul. You taught us how to stop, drop, and roll and how to stay safe in a fire. You always came to our school with a big smile, your firefighter hat, and your cool stories. Because of you, we all know how to make smart choices and help keep our family safe. We will miss you, but we hope you have lots of fun in your retirement, maybe even sliding down a fire pole just one more time. Thank you, firefighter Paul. We are grateful for firefighter Paul because we can always count on him to be here.
You showed us that being prepared is part of being brave.
You didn't just talk about fire trucks. You talked about teamwork, helping others, and staying calm in scary situations. You made us feel safe and reminded us that heroes aren't just in movies. They work right here in Norwood. On behalf of all the students, thank you for protecting our community and helping us learn how to protect ourselves. We'll always remember what you taught us. You've been part of our school for as long as we can remember, reminding us the importance of fire safety. You made every visit exciting, sharing important pieces of information and always answering our questions, no matter how silly. Most of all, you taught us that fire prevention saves lives and that we can all be safety leaders. Your stories are very amazing, and some of them are scary, but we all appreciate your stories, all your hard work and everything. We hope your retirement brings you as much happiness as you brought to all of us. Thank you for being our favorite firefighter and friend.
Principal Brian Riley also provided his thoughts about firefighter Paul, and then Ronco had some closing comments.
Paul, and I'll share that obviously as an adult, as a grown-up who works with kids, we hope that we can just make a small impact maybe on a couple of kids. That isn't the case with Firefighter Paul. Firefighter Paul has influenced, gained the admiration and the respect of probably thousands of students who've come through Norwood Public Schools. He comes into the cafeteria after he's done and he has his spare time and he helps open your yogurts, open your snacks, talks to you and answer your questions. And I know a lot of people come September say, oh, I'm going to go to Norwood Day because Firefighter Paul is there. Firefighter Paul has made a huge impact on our community. And it's not felt just by students, it's felt by all of the educators at Prescott and all of the educators at Norwood Public Schools. So on behalf of all of us here at Prescott School, Firefighter Paul, thank you for all you do. Congratulations on your retirement, and we will miss you.
This was a little unexpected. Just want to thank everybody, all the kids. You guys have been awesome over the years. I really enjoyed this. Is probably the favorite part of my job is coming out to the schools. I also need to thank all the teachers that make this happen with the crazy schedule. I'm always changing things. I appreciate everything you've done. Also, Mr. Riley, can't say enough. The whole reason that we come out and talk to you about fire safety is we want to make sure you feel safe here at school, but also at home. That just makes our job so much easier if we know that you guys know what to do in case there is an emergency. And fires do not happen all that often, but if they do, again, we want to make sure that you're prepared and you know what to do. So all my colleagues over there, wasn't expecting this, but thank you. You still got a couple months of me, so you can't kick me out just yet, but I'll be around. And again, thank you very much for everything. You've allowed me to come into basically your home, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Firefighter Paul. I'm a senior at Norwood High School, and I still remember the stop, drop, and roll safety lessons you taught me. At the Coakley Middle School, 6th grade math students kicked off their rates and ratios project by scaling down a sugar cookie recipe to create just one cookie. Working in groups, they used equivalent ratios to adjust each ingredient, then cooked and taste tested their final product to see if they were accurate.
Flour? That's good. It maybe it needs more vanilla. It tastes like sugar. Ow! It needs more vanilla.
Okay, what's your rating? Out of 10?
7.5. 8.
The Balch third graders have been learning about life cycles of different animals. They are writing reports which describe the 4 stages of a specific animal's life cycle. The students have also worked in groups to plan and build their animal's habitat and exhibit the 4 stages that the animal goes through. They are excited that they will be presenting their life cycle dioramas at an open house in the 3rd grade classrooms next week. The students' presentations will also be filmed, and we look forward to sharing them with our families and the Norwood school community. The Balch welcome members of the Mass Audubon Society to school this week. Students in grade 1 and 2 learned about animal adaptations as well as the concept of imprinting. Imprinting is when a baby bird first hatches. They imprint onto the first animal or person they see. Once a baby bird imprints on a human, it cannot be left in the wild, as it relies on humans for food. They met the cutest imprinted barn owl this week. Students in grade 3 and 4 learned about the birds of prey and what features and behaviors actually make them a bird of prey. Students experienced 3 stations where they observed various bird wings, feet, and skulls to determine if the birds were prey or not. The students at the Balch School want to thank their amazing PTO for bringing Mass Audubon in. At the Callahan School, they held their monthly assembly on responsibility and also ST Math celebrations. The Oldham would like to thank the food services who brought Discovery Kitchen to the 4th graders. These students helped prepare Korean barbecue by chopping vegetables and garlic to add to the dish. After preparing this meal, all of the students were able to try their creation. The students said it was so yummy and they enjoyed the lesson and the food. The Mood Boost program visited Prescott this week with a delicious snack of kale chips. A representative from the NPS Food Service Program came to educate students on the effects food can have on their mind and body. Many students decided to try something new and taste tested kale chips. The reviews were that it was a yummy snack. Students received a sticker that said, "I am confident," to showcase their confidence in trying something new. Students also received crayons and a word search about fall harvest foods. Thanks NPS Food Service for putting on an engaging and delicious program. In Norwood High School and Willett Early Childhood Center news, the Willett recently hosted its 3rd annual Family STEM Night. Students and families were able to enjoy interactive games and center activities focused on science, technology, math, and engineering. Students and families enjoyed using giant 10 frames, building marshmallow structures, creating a balloon rocket, and graphing their favorite animals. There were also fun tangrams, scavenger hunts, and book explorations throughout the event. We welcomed special guests including Dr. Crawley and the NHS Clean and Renewable Energy Pathway students who dazzled the younger kids. The students were also very excited to meet Gigi, our ST Math mascot. The families were very impressed with all of the STEM learning happening here. Thank you to Dr. Crawley and his students, the Norwood Community Trails Committee, and the PTO who provided yummy pizza. This week at Little Mustangs, they had some future scientists hard at work. The preschoolers explored how corn kernels react in different liquids, learning through hands-on experimentation and joyful discovery. Before testing, the children proudly made predictions just like real scientists. In plain water, the kernels quietly sank, but when they tried sparkling water, the room filled with excitement as the kernels began to dance. Tiny carbon dioxide bubbles stuck to the kernels and lifted them upward, then released them so they gently drifted back down. The final experiment brought even bigger reactions. After dropping kernels into vinegar, they added baking soda and watched a dramatic fizzy eruption that briefly overflowed the jar. Once the bubbling settled, the vinegar mixture was filled with fresh bubbles that pushed the kernels up to the top. After completing the experiment, they enjoyed a special snack of popcorn they made with a hot air popper. Who knew science could taste so good? Experiences like this spark curiosity and lay the foundation for scientific thinking. It's never too early to explore how the world works, especially when learning feels like magic. That wraps up this week's school news. Thank you to all teachers who share their updates. It really helps us see what's happening in our schools. Reporting for Norwood School News, I'm Sophia Berardinelli. And now, here's Ron Marshalsea with the latest in sports.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. The football team hosted Bellingham last Friday night, but couldn't grab the win over the Blackhawks. The Mustangs had a few solid plays from Joe Serratori, including this juggling catch, and a touchdown from the arm of Kevin Roach to Danny Reen. Norwood has one more game on the docket, the 96th Thanksgiving matchup between the Mustangs and the Dedham Marauders, live on the NCM Community Channel, Thanksgiving morning at 10 a.m. Bridget Flynn and Kieran Gorman of the cross-country team competed in a state cross-country championship over the weekend. Out of 183 runners, Bridget took 16th and Kieran took 126th. They both ran smart, strong, and gave it their all. Both runners have represented the Mustangs well and will be keeping an eye on them throughout the winter and the spring. Now we're going to dive into some more news about a few former NHS athletes in college. Emily Spadorcia traveled with the Bentley field hockey team to South Carolina this past week to play in the NCAA tournament. This is the 15th appearance by the Falcons in the national tournament and first since 2021. The number 8 seeded Bentley went up against the number 1 seeded Newberry at Newberry's home turf. Bentley didn't come away with a win, but Spadorcia and the Falcons, I'm sure, are not going to go away quietly. Spadorcia has 3 goals and 7 points so far in her collegiate career, and I'm willing to bet she adds to those numbers year after year. Megan Olbreeze and the UMass women's basketball team took down Harvard on the 11th, 68-55, and UMass Lowell on the 18th, 85-45, getting back-to-back wins for the Minutewomen. Olbreeze dropped 14 points against the Crimson and 10 against the Riverhawks, helping them start off the season 4-0. Olbreeze and the Minutewomen host Boston College this Saturday, the 22nd at 1 o'clock p.m., which will be streamed on ESPN+. And finally, Sean Quinn of the Plymouth State football team was honored at their senior day on November 8th, where a bunch of the Quinn and McDonough families, along with friends of Sean, showed up to support the senior at Plymouth State. Quinn helped the Panthers run for 196 yards and 3 touchdowns, being a force on the offensive line, and the Panthers got the shutout win on senior day, 27-0. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break.
Hello, everyone. I'm Diana Hillary, the public health nurse for the town of Norwood. The opioid crisis is a pressing issue across Massachusetts, affecting countless individuals and families. Every day, we face the heartbreaking reality of losing loved ones to opioid overdoses, but there is hope. Narcan, also known as naloxone, is a life-saving medication that can temporarily reverse opioid overdoses when administered quickly. Narcan is a nasal spray that can temporarily restore normal breathing to someone who has overdosed on opioids, including prescription painkillers, fentanyl, and heroin. If you suspect someone is experiencing an overdose, call 911 immediately. Administer Narcan by spraying it into one of the person's nostrils. If the person does not respond after 2 to 3 minutes, administer a second dose in the opposite nostril. If the person stops breathing while waiting for emergency help, start giving rescue breaths or perform CPR. Where can you find Narcan? It's available for purchase at pharmacies without needing a prescription. You can also get it for free at the Norwood Health Department and various community organizations throughout the state. Using Narcan is a critical part of combating the opioid crisis. It's safe, legal, and can save a life. Don't hesitate to act in an emergency. It's also essential to recognize the signs of an overdose, which may include noticing slow or stopped breathing, unresponsiveness, or blue lips and fingernails. Administering Narcan, providing rescue breaths, and performing CPR can significantly increase a person's chance of survival. Spread this knowledge among your family and friends. Together we can make a difference. Carry Narcan, educate those around you, and work to break the stigma associated with opioid use. Remember, you hold the power to save a life. For more information on Narcan, or how to obtain a free kit, or to learn CPR, please call me at 781-384-9195 or visit the Norwood Health Department. Be the one who makes a difference. Carry Narcan, save a life.
While town meeting night 2 was being held at the high school, the school department held an elementary redistrict public forum at the Savage Center. Superintendent Dr. Tim Luff provided a quick overview of the purpose and history of redistricting and shared the latest updates with parents. The Elementary Study Committee was also present to discuss the new district lines and the considerations made during the process. Luff provided the latest staffing and student projections and emphasized that there will not be any changes to the district lines as determined by the school committee in October of 2024. This forum will be broadcast on the NCM government channel and will also be available on the school department's website. The Board of Selectmen met this week and had several appearances on their agenda. The meeting began with a public hearing on Bach Maserati's application for a Class II auto dealer's license, which was approved by the board. Following that, Chief Padden of Norwood Police and Chief Bailey of Norwood Fire both gave brief updates on their departments. Chief Padden noted that out of 351 communities and 374 law enforcement agencies in the state of Massachusetts, only about 120 are fully accredited, and the Norwood Police Department has once again earned this accreditation. A second public hearing took place for Verizon for permission to locate poles, wires, cables, and fixtures necessary to accommodate new construction, which the board approved. Later in the meeting, representatives from Norwood Light Broadband sat in front of the board to provide an update on the department as well as the recent push to move to streaming services.
So Darryl, I just wanted to add a couple of points, if it's okay. So I know we talk about prices and what things are going to cost, but I want to reiterate that even for the customers that are just internet customers, even though there is a slight increase, we wouldn't be able to maintain the rates we have anyway. So there's a slight increase, but the quality, even at the 1/1, is way better. And you will, I have it. You'll notice the difference. If you watch sports or you watch it, you can just, it's just way better. And for those other people, roughly 3,000, 3,300 that also have our cable TV. We want to, even though if you get our internet and then you go and get streaming, it might be very similar to the cost now. But if you don't, like if you went to the competition, it's way more. The savings that your alternatives are either stream or the other two providers. The other two providers aren't anywhere near what we charge. Right, Darryl?
That's correct.
So I just want people to understand
And you don't
there
make
is
us sign a
significant
contract,
savings.
right?
I'm sorry?
We don't sign a contract like you do with those.
We don't. And not only that, if you're a business in town and you haven't contacted us, you should. I mean, there's tremendous savings on that side. I mean, we're talking, in some cases, a couple $100 a month. And that's if you're a small business in town and that is something you're not interested in, I'd be surprised. So.
The board then discussed new business, which was all approved by the board. The Board of Selectmen will meet again on Tuesday, December 2nd. At the Trails Advisory Committee meeting this week, members reviewed ongoing and upcoming events, including the 2026 AMC Summit. Subcommittees provided updates on trail marking and the possible Mass Trails grant, TR trail permitting with the Conservation Commission, upcoming trail maintenance efforts, succession planning, and news regarding Kofsky Farm. The Trails Advisory Committee will meet again on December 9th. The First Congregational Church on Winter Street in Norwood held a free community meal and cold weather clothing giveaway this past Sunday. The meal was funded by generous donations from the church and community members, and there were about 20 volunteers lending a helping hand between prepping the meal and serving it. The clothing was also all donations, with about 12 or so volunteers helping hand out clothes that were separated by members of the church. This event helps address two significant issues these members and volunteers are trying to help with: food insecurity and a need for clothing as we head into the winter months. Back in September at Norwood Day, NCM asked residents if they remembered their first car. For many, the answer came without hesitation.
All right, my first car was a Jeep Cherokee, and I didn't have that till I was in my early 20s because my father was quite adamant I not have my own car until I got out of college. So I used a lot of public transportation and his car when it was available, which was a Ford.
A Plymouth Volare, 1976. The thing ran beautiful. I had it when I was 15 and a half years old, ready to get my license, and it ran beautiful. I ran it through high school and not a problem.
A Honda Civic, out of college. I couldn't even afford it, but my mom and dad helped me with it. That was a good one.
My first car was a 1971 Oldsmobile. It was an orange color.
My first car was a 2007 Chevy Cobalt, and it was purple. And it was a horrible, horrible car.
My first car, oh man, it was a Honda Accord wagon. I got it from I was mowing a woman's lawn down at a lake near my house where I grew up, and the car was just sitting there. And one day I just asked her, I was like, "Are you gonna do anything with this car?" And she said no. So she let me have it. So that was my first car.
A 1970 Dodge Dart with a slant 6 engine. Blue, and that thing, the engine is probably still running.
A 1975 pickup truck, Chevy S10.
My first car was a 1986 Toyota Corolla SR5. It was silver, it had the lights that popped up, and I bought it off of Michael Thornton, and I wish I still had it.
Bonneville convertible, 1959 red Bonneville convertible.
It was a 1984 Oldsmobile Cutlass, handed down from my dad. It was 2 doors, velvet seats. It was fantastic.
What was your very first car?
He doesn't drive.
My first car was a Ford Tempo, 1985.
First car was a black
Ford Taurus that was previously wrecked, that got restored by some random dude, until the engine block cracked, but I got another 50,000 miles out of it until then.
My first car, was a 1980 Plymouth Grand Fury. It was an older police detective car that I had in high school. So everybody, when I was driving around, actually thought I was a police officer and would stop or pull over. It was awesome being a senior in high school and having that car around. It wasn't in Norwood, though.
My first car was a Toyota Corona, a 1980 Corona. And it was black. It had red pinstripes. It had a sunroof. It was like a red interior. It was so much fun.
My first car was a 1974 Gran Torino, blue, and it was just like the Starsky and Hutch car, but without that little white swipe on the side.
My first car was a Ford Falcon, 1961, dark blue. My first family car was a Hillman Minx. My mother and father did not have a car until 1955, when my Aunt Evelyn, who worked for the Army in North Africa, bought a car over there, a Hillman Minx, a little four-seater with a stick on the floor, and she couldn't drive it, so she sent it home to us. My father and I went down to Staten Island, picked up the car, and that was the first family car that we had, a little four-seater Hillman Minx. I learned to drive on that car.
My first car was a 1977 Camaro Z28. It was black and it had T-tops on it.
My first car was a 1963 Plymouth Fury, an old Chrysler with a push-button transmission.
Talk about some sweet and kind of funky rides. My first car was a 93 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. I remember it well. My friends and I had dubbed it the Silver Bullet. Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Norwood News. For the latest updates and stories, be sure to follow Norwood Community Media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just a reminder, there will be no Norwood News next week due to the Thanksgiving holiday. We will, however, be live with the traditional Thanksgiving matchup between Norwood and Dedham at 10 a.m. Norwood News will return on Friday, December 5th. Thanks for tuning in, and from all of us here, have a great weekend and an even better Thanksgiving.